that's in it that's stopping you from being successful. The first one is what everybody else thinks. One, here's what I need y'all to do for me. I only need you to worry about what one person thinks. Right? I know this is going to blow some of your mind. But why is it that your parents, great human beings, great character, they're not entrepreneurs? How is it that they can make you feel bad about something that you're doing that they know absolutely nothing about? No, you think I'm playing when I say one. I mean it. You got to be on one accord. So whatever the 10 principles or the 20 principles or the 30 principles, if you're not going to do all the principles that he's doing, if you're not going to have minds that he has, you're not going to be able to get the stuff. You're not going to be able to do you can't do 50-50. It's not a 50-50 split. You can't decide I'm going to do this part, but I'm not going to do this part. Does that make sense? That's what I mean about being on one accord. No, when I say one accord, I mean if I get slapped right here, I got to let you slap me over there.
Woo! Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. I told you I was going to get you a little fired up with this audio this morning. We are expecting, we are getting miracles ready to go ahead and dominate the day. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. Fired up. Let's go ahead and get into a great topic for today. I'm going to be helping each and every one of us go ahead and how to, and really get deep on how to go ahead and find clarity and how to go ahead and clear the mind. So, with no further ado, before we go ahead and dive in, let's get the day started with the feeling. Let's get a little bit of gratitude out there. What is everybody grateful for coming into the day? JoJo in the building. Friend, I see you. Lady Boss Nikki, Deanne, let's go. Dream Team. How's everybody feeling? What are we grateful for coming into the day? Let me know. Drop it down below. Let's get this thing started. Here we go. This is going to be a deep one. I'm going to get you guys thinking today. Let's go. IG is live. We are grateful for God. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm so thankful for the sun. I'm thankful for this alkaline water. I'm thankful for being alive. I'm thankful for the blessings. I'm grateful for all of the abundance. I'm grateful for the body soreness. That's right. If we're getting sore, that means we are doing a little something. Matter of fact, I'm a little bit sore myself. I'm grateful for it because I know it is all leading towards the growth, right? It takes the breakdown in order to be able to truly grow. So I'm appreciating all of it. Rocking the T, you already know we are still on the chairman run years later. So I'm grateful for it all. Let's go. Okay, JoJo's got the alkaline today. Let's get into it. And matter of fact, while we're on it, how many days is everybody on coming into the challenge? Shane is coming up on the big 365. I'm on 275. And I'm telling you, the reason why we're documenting this is so we can go back and be able to look at these times and know that all of this was written. It was all seen before it happened. It was all felt before it even happened. This is why I love to document the journey this far, because I know it's hard to connect the dots looking forward. Just like Steve Jobs says, we can always connect them looking backwards. So Deanne's on her hard 75 on day 2. Let's go. Somewhere in the 50s. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you guys. You're doing amazing. Here we go. Let's get into it. All right. So day 310. Oh my goodness, yo. You guys are on fire. Let's go. So today, family, my topic for everybody is going to be how to go ahead and clear the mind and how to really go ahead and identify what it is that we desire, how to really go ahead and put life into perspective so we can go ahead and max this thing out, right? Just like Ed Milet says, max out life. So here we go. I'm actually taking this from the training last night from Nigel Stinson. I don't know if you guys actually know who really broke that down, but believe it or not, this is an individual that is pretty much the same age as all of us on this call. He had never made more than $15 an hour before this business, before this company. And through the years, I've literally watched him transform into an entirely different human, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and all for the better. And he's landed at a chairman 50, right? Back in 2021, he hit chairman 50 at such a young age. So to me, it's not about the money. It's about the person he's been able to become. It's about the lessons. It's about the wisdom. It's about the experience that he's been able to gain. So when somebody has success, when somebody has what it is that I want, I'm taking notes. I'm listening. That's why years later, I'm still filling up notebooks. I'm still getting on Go Lives. I'm still asking questions to the mentors, because I know we can always still grow and learn, right? Whether it's from a Chairman 50 or whether it's from somebody that's just joined the business, doesn't matter. We can take and learn something from anybody. So I'm always taking notes, no matter who it is that's speaking, right? So, but from last night's call, I wanted to give this to you because I know even for myself, when I started getting clarity on what it is that I desire, who I am, what my truths are, a lot of the things that I was worried about started to float out the window. 11:11, when I started to paint my vision, I stopped worrying about other people's opinions. I stopped being afraid to put myself out there because I know what I stand for. So today, I want to go ahead and do this training to allow you guys to go ahead and do the deep work to help yourselves figure out what it is that you stand for, right? Because once we figure this out, things start to get in line, and the purpose. Here's the alignment: purpose, priorities, actions, results. So when we get our purpose in line, the priorities follow. The actions go ahead and take heed. The results are inevitable, and things start to just flow. But it takes doing the deep work, doing the thinking to figure these steps out first. So here's my first thing I want to go ahead and go over for everybody. Okay. So last night, Nigel went over two things to start off the call. He was talking about vision, and he was also talking about a mission, right? Just as the Bible states, without a vision, the people perish. Well, this is the same thing for our business, the same thing for our lives. So this was the vision. This was the mission that he read out. And even for myself, I'm taking the time this week to go ahead and do my homework, to do this training as well, because I don't want to just sit and knock it out. I want to really sit down and really get serious about all these. But I've already taken the time to go ahead and get it started. But here's what he had wrote yesterday. And I think this aligns beautifully. Here's his vision, okay? As the world becomes more digital, over physical, I want to create a community where we can truly connect with others and help one another achieve our goals. Over the next decade, millions of people are going to be joining this industry of network marketing to just be around real people. And we will be here to go ahead and create and lead millionaires right here in this profession. Talk about a powerful vision. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Talk about being able to have a system and a blueprint where we know it's not a matter of if people are going to be looking for change. It's just a matter of when. So this is the type of vision that we know is going to be able to stick for the long term. Something that's exciting to wake up every day. Something that really has a purpose. Something that's bigger than just us, right? This is what the mission really takes, okay? Here's the vision side of it, or here's the mission side of it. That's the vision, here's the mission. Ready? Aligning myself with I Am Academy to enrich, empower, and educate millions of lives, to impact lives through servant leadership, financial literacy, and investing. This is really getting clear, even for myself. People ask me, D, how are you still going 5-6 years later? Subconsciously, I've had this vision. I've had this mission because I knew what I Am Academy could do. Matter of fact, you can go back and look at some of our posts, right? Shane and I posts 3 years ago, and we've been writing that on our posts to enrich, empower, and educate lives. That's the power of this vehicle. So even for me, I know this is so much bigger than just myself. And part of the reason why I'm so addicted to this, some of you on this call are a perfect example. You've been able to come in and learn some of these skill sets faster than me. So there's so many times where I think to myself, imagine if I didn't not only just take action with this, but if I didn't share this with others, the impact, the successes wouldn't even exist, right? Deanne, John, you're crushing it, right? Lady Boss Nikki, she's making impacts in lives outside of the country. Kev, he's touching people that he would never even imagine of touching. Jojo, manifesting dream house, manifesting dream relationships, right? Getting 40 sales in her store already. All of these things would have never happened. But it comes with having a vision. It comes with having a mission, because these two are going to allow us to keep moving and keep going, even when we don't feel like it. I didn't always feel like getting on these calls every day at 11 a.m., family, but there was a couple things that kept me going. My vision and also my mission, right? Getting on Go Live, still learning years later, took a vision and took a mission. So I know these two are huge. So let's keep it moving. You ready? That's the first two. Here's the third bullet point for today of what he talked about. He talked about things to stand up for, right? If we stand for nothing, we've all heard it, we'll fall for what? Anything. Well, this is very true. So here was the homework that he went and he had us do. Create a list of 3 or more beliefs or areas of life that are important to you and that we are willing to go ahead and stand up for. So as I say that, what are 3 things that you guys start thinking about that you really want to stand up for? That when somebody comes on your page, when somebody looks at your brand, what are they going to remember you by? Just like Nike is just do it, right? We can all think of all these different brands and something immediately comes to mind. So when somebody sees your brand, when somebody sees you, when somebody sees your last name, what are 3 things that they're going to know without a shadow of a doubt that you stand for? 3 things that Nigel talked about last night for himself. Entrepreneurship is one. Being able to show the power of being an entrepreneur in today's day and age, where so many are looking for a stream of income, where we've never had a better opportunity than right here, right now, to make literally part-time, full-time income from our phone. Okay? Being genuine, have a vision, never quit anything except my job a few months ago. Let's go. I love it, Shane. So that's the first one. First thing he stood for is entrepreneurship, knowing that we have a vehicle, knowing that we have these skill sets to go ahead and help and provide countless of other people. Number 2, the second thing he stood for was his faith. I love that. The end. Jesus, mindset, and overcoming, right? His second pillar was his faith. You see, he understands without God, without a higher power, without whatever it is that you believe in, we are nothing. None of us got to any point in our lives by ourselves. And when you understand that, things start to shift. So the faith aspect, honestly, I'm taking both of these two. Entrepreneurship, love it. Faith, love it. Here's the third thing that he talked about standing up for. And to give you guys some ideas to just jot around to get the gears turning in your mind. What's an organization? What's a charity? What's a huge problem in life that really resonates with you that you'd like to go ahead and do something about? For him, it was sex trafficking, right? It was an issue for him that honestly, it never really touched him very much until he started traveling, until he started seeing how serious this issue is in third world countries, right? And he developed a huge desire for it. So now it's to the point where he started to look at, let me show you how serious he actually started to get with this. Human sex trafficking. He talked about when you list these 3 things to stand up for, the next piece of homework is to go ahead and write 5. List 5 ways for each item on how we can go ahead and take action, standing up for this to go ahead and manifest itself, becoming actually a better situation. Here was 5 things that he wrote down to help out human sex trafficking. How cool is this? I want to do this for cancer, right? My sister passed away from cancer. So as I'm listening to this training, I'm like, okay, what he's implementing for sex trafficking, I'm going to implement this for cancer. So here was the 5 things that he wrote. Number 1, my clothing brand will donate to victims and spread awareness. Number 2, I'm going to be able to speak at events about sex trafficking and how we can go ahead and help. Number 3, do more research to go ahead and educate myself. 4, be part of change for organizations. And 5, be vocal on my social media. Right? He's talking about being able to go ahead and even make a clothing brand, and he's going to put the hotline on the back of the shirt. He talks about 60-70% of people going through this, they call the hotline. I'm literally crying as I'm listening to this training because this resonates so deeply with me. Because I know probably for each and every one of you, there's an organization, there's a charity, there's a nonprofit that maybe as a child, some of these resonated with you. Maybe as you've grown up as an adult, some of these you can relate to. And these could be a cause that could be part of your mission, part of your vision to be able to want to truly give back to. So I'm telling you, this was such an awesome training to really figure out what it is that you care about and what is that you desire to light something that maybe you haven't even seen lit before. This lit a fire in me that I haven't thought about in a long time, about how serious I am about some of these issues. So I love that. Let's keep it moving. You ready? So we've got 3 things to stand up for. Then we're going to go ahead and write 5 ways for each item to go ahead and manifest itself to create a better change in reality. Okay. Now here's the next part. He talked about, why does this all matter? Why does any of it even matter? Well, he broke it down in 3 points. You ready? Here's the 3 things he talked about. Number 1 is who you are. You see, people don't just join a business. People are joining you. right? So if you think about that, are we just talking about the business, or are we actually talking about who we've become because of the business? You see, at the beginning, I had a huge misconception. I used to think I had to have all this money, I had to be traveling, I had to have the lifestyle to be able to impact anybody. But you know what I noticed? People want to see two things, okay? People want to see profits, yes. They also want to see progress. You see, when somebody sees you growing, when somebody sees you stepping into the highest, best version of yourself, you're going to motivate them. You're going to inspire them to do something similar, because here's the truth. Most people, they're not waking up every day and going after their dreams. They're living the same hamster cycle of living in a life where they know they can do more, where they know they can become more. That's why for me, every day I get on to just give you guys the example of documenting the journey. When people see you doing your morning rituals, when people see you getting up early, hitting the gym, drinking your alkaline water, studying, growing, learning these skill sets, people are going to want to be a part of that. So what are a couple lessons? What are a couple takeaways that you've been able to learn over the time that you've been involved with this business? What has it changed spiritually? What has it changed mentally? What has it changed in your daily activities, in your daily lifestyle? And it doesn't even have to be money. It doesn't have to be the travel side. That's the best part about it. What's changed for you as a person? Okay. Number two is going to be your focus, right? Why does this all even matter? Number one, it's going to be who you are. Number two, it's going to change the focus. You see, once we get our vision intact, once we get our mission intact, once we get what it is that we stand for, and 5 reasons why we really want to go after, why we want to go after these causes, because there's less distractions when you have a vision and what you want to accomplish, and when you understand what it is that we value. Tony Robbins talks about raising our standards, figuring out our core values. You see, for me, when I started to raise my standards, life started to shift. I started saying no to the people that were giving me distractions. I started saying no to anything in my life that wasn't adding value to me. And things started to shift. I said, you know what? I love myself too much to go out and eat this junk food. I love myself too much to drink soda anymore. I used to drink Sprite all the time. I haven't drank soda in years. I love myself too much not to get on Go Live during the week multiple times. I love myself too much not to be staying in contact with my mentor. But that came with focus. That came with getting aligned on what it is that I'm ready to go ahead and accomplish. Same thing's going to happen for all of us. We get our focus in check, things start to get aligned. And number 3 is exactly what I'm leaning toward is alignment. Why does all this matter? Because when we figure out who we are, when we develop the focus, when we get aligned, we're going to be able to start working with the right people, places, and attracting the opportunities into our life. You guys can probably feel it. I can see it. You've been doing the deep work. You've been putting in the time. You've been getting on Go Live, asking questions. Well, guess what happens? The alignment has started to happen. This is why kachings are flowing in. This is why business partners are flowing in. This is why all this abundance is flowing in, because we've started to understand these 3 things, even subconsciously. But to know it intentionally, this takes it to a whole different level. You ready? So let's keep it going. I'm almost done. Stick with me. I got 5 more minutes, fam. 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Okay. The next piece, the next bullet point that he talked about, he named it your vertical alignments. Okay. Your vertical alignments. In other words, what are our priorities? And he talked about writing a list in order of importance. So for him, some of his priorities was God, his wife, and his family, because he understood that there's pillars in our life where if some are out of line, guess what? The others are going to be out of line as well. So if we don't have a connection with God, with the Creator, with who it is that you believe in, I believe there's no way our other pillars are going to be able to be aligned, let alone have a strong base. So I know that to be true. The second part he talked about was his wife. Okay. Without having a happy home, without having a happy environment, it's tough to be able to thrive. It's tough to be able to get the actions done. And the third thing he talked about was his family, right? Being able, for me, I've been on the road a lot over the past 4, 5, 6 years. And if we're being honest, I've sacrificed a lot of time for my family, right? Whether it was holidays, whether it was funerals, whether it was birth, I've sacrificed a lot of it. But as time started to go by, I've started to realize a couple different things, just as he talked about, right? we start to get so busy that we start to think that we don't have the time to even go out and take the drive to go show some love, to even take the time, take 10 minutes to get on the phone and make that phone call to show them how much that they mean to you, to show them how much you actually appreciate them. So these are lessons along my journey that I've had to realize as well. So I know for a fact that having these vertical alignments will truly help us all get in order of this alignment that we're all looking for, to cut out the distractions, to truly get HD focused, right, in high definition. And to go ahead and end it off, here was the last piece of tactical homework that he gave to all of us to go ahead and implement. Here's what he talked about. He said, are you aligned based on our actions? You see, we can write this, we can think about it all day long, but what really matches this is matching our actions with what it is that we said we're going to do. So here's what he said. What's on our list determines what we're willing to either die for or ultimately want to live for. Keep adding to that list, right? And I've started to realize there's absolutely some things that I'm willing to die for. I'm willing to die for my family. I'm willing to die for the dream team. I'm willing to die for a cause that I know that's bigger than me. If that wasn't the truth, I would have been done a long time ago, family. If this was just about money, I would have quit. I would have been long gone a long time ago. But I understood this is deeper than money. This is deeper than just me. This is deeper than all of us on this call. And that's what keeps moving forward. That is where the vision is so important. So this was a training I know was so impactful because it's going to allow us to think. It's going to allow us to get clear on who it is that we want. And it's going to allow us to go ahead and clear the mind of any trash, of any baggage that does not need to be there, that's simply taking up space. So if you guys got any value from that, go ahead and drop some threes down below. If you guys got a little bit more clarity inside of your mind on your vision, on your mission, on who it is that you want to become, on the nonprofits, on the organization that you would like to impact, drop some threes down below. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is a training that is going to definitely make a difference. So family, I love you guys. If nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to see the growth that comes from getting this clarity down on paper. So family, remember, we can be, do, and have anything that we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hands. The impact, the love, the joy, the blessings, the abundance, all that we're looking for is just as close as our skin. I love you, family. Go out and have an abundant day. I appreciate you. Dream team, let's get to work. It's game time. Let's go.